Sophia never imagined revenge would feel so quiet, no screaming. No broken plates. No dramatic goodbye. Just silence, the kind that settles. Into a room after love leaves, she discovered the affair on an ordinary Thursday. Rain tapped softly against the apartment windows while she waited for Daniel to come home. Dinner sat untouched on the table, already cold. He texted at 8:47 p.m. working late. Don't wait up. Sophia almost smiled. That sentence had become routine. A marriage built on trust. They had been together 11 years. Met at a friend's birthday party. Moved in too quickly. Married even faster. Daniel was charming, confident, the kind of man who made decisions easily. Something Sophia admired because she always doubted herself. He handled finances, big plans, future decisions. She handled everything else. Somewhere along the way, she stopped noticing how small her world had become. Sophia wasn't looking for proof. She just needed a charger. Daniel's tablet lay on the couch. Screen lighting up as she picked it up. A notification appeared. Can't stop thinking about last night. Her breath stopped. The message preview showed a name she didn't recognize. Lena. For a moment she convinced herself it was harmless. Work joke. Wrong message. Then another notification appeared. Did she suspect anything? The room felt suddenly smaller. Her hands trembled as she opened the chat. Photos loaded slowly. Hotel rooms. Wine glasses. Daniel smiling in ways she hadn't seen in years. Messages stretching back months. Years. Her chest tightened when she read one line. I'll leave her soon. I just need the timing to be right. Sophia sat down heavily. The betrayal wasn't sudden. It had been planned. When Daniel came home that night, he kissed her cheek like always. How was your day? She watched him carefully. Same voice. Same warmth. A stranger wearing her husband's face. You hungry? She asked calmly. He smiled. Starving. They ate dinner together while she listened to him describe meetings that never happened. And in that moment, Sophia understood something terrifying. He believed she would never know. That night she didn't cry. Instead, she opened her laptop, checked their shared bank accounts, investment, files, property documents. Daniel trusted her completely with passwords because he never imagined she would need them. Sophia realized something slowly. For years, she had depended on him. But legally, financially, he depended on her more. And for the first time since discovering the affair, she felt something new. Control, the beginning of revenge. She didn't want to destroy him immediately. That would be easy. She wanted him to feel what she felt. Certainty turning into confusion. Safety turning into loss. She smiled the next morning, made coffee, kissed him goodbye, and began quietly removing herself from his life, piece by piece, without him. Noticing point 3 weeks later, Daniel came home to find one small thing missing. Not furniture, not money, just a legal letter waiting on the table. And suddenly, the life he thought was secure no longer belonged to him. Sophia realized something important very quickly. Revenge works best when the other person still believes they are in control. Daniel lived as if nothing had changed. He came home smiling, kissed her cheek, dropped his keys on the table, and talked about meetings that never happened. He believed she either didn't know or would never dare to look deeper. And that was exactly why Sophia decided he would never see it coming. He wouldn't notice the moment he started losing everything. She didn't argue. She became kinder. Daniel relaxed almost immediately. Sophia stopped asking questions. She stopped checking the time when he came home late. She even laughed more during dinner. He mistook peace for ignorance. She's finally stopped worrying, he thought. Sophia watched his caution disappear day by day. That was what she needed. One Saturday, while Daniel visited his parents, Sophia opened the drawer labeled important papers, apartment contracts, insurance files, investment statements, business agreements. She photographed everything carefully. For the first time, she actually read the documents she had signed years ago without thinking. Daniel had structured their finances cleverly. If they divorced suddenly, he would walk away with advantages, more savings, more control, more security. But he had made one mistake: their small online business, something that began as her idea, legally required her authorization. For major financial decisions, Daniel believed he controlled it. On paper, he didn't. And Sophia finally understood. She didn't need to destroy him emotionally. She could remove his certainty instead. Sophia met a lawyer across town, far from anyone who knew them. The woman listened quietly before speaking. "You don't want revenge," the lawyer said. "You want consequences." Sophia nodded. "I want him to feel what I felt." Stability turning into uncertainty. "Then you move slowly," the lawyer replied. "People like him only panic when control disappears." Sophia left the meeting calmer than she had felt in weeks, for the first time since discovering the affair. She wasn't reacting. She was planning. A week later, Sophia received a message on Instagram. "I'm sorry. We need to talk." The profile picture showed Lena. Daniel's other life. Sophia waited before replying, then typed, "Talk." The response came instantly. "He told me your marriage was basically over." Sophia almost smiled. "The same story. Always the same." "Do you want the truth?" Sophia wrote. "Or do you want comfort?" A long pause. "I want to know who he really is." That was when Sophia realized something unexpected. Lena wasn't her enemy. She was another version of herself. Just earlier in the story, Step 5. The meeting, they met in a crowded cafe. Lena looked nervous but confident, dressed carefully, trying to appear composed. "He said you were distant," Lena admitted quietly. Sophia nodded. "And who was he to you?" "The misunderstood man? The victim?" Lena didn't answer. Sophia placed her phone on the table and showed her a few screenshots. Not everything, just enough. Messages Daniel had sent to yet another woman. Dates overlapping both relationships. Lena's face turned pale. "No, he wouldn't." Sophia spoke gently. "He doesn't choose people. He collects them." Lena covered her mouth, tears forming. In that moment, Sophia didn't feel victory, only clarity. Sophia didn't take money suddenly. She made small legal changes, separated business accounts, updated access permissions, transferred operational control, prepared ownership restructuring. Daniel noticed nothing. He was busy planning his future with Lena, unaware the foundation beneath him was disappearing. Sophia knew the exact day he planned to withdraw a large investment from their shared business. He had bragged about it in messages. He thought she never read them. That evening, Daniel came home unusually cheerful, holding flowers. "I have good news for us," he said. Sophia smiled softly. "I do, too." She placed an envelope on the table. Daniel opened it. His expression changed instantly. "You have been removed as an authorized user. All financial access has been updated." He looked at her, confusion turning into fear. "What did you do?" Sophia tilted her head slightly. "The same thing you did to me," she said calmly, just quietly. Daniel read the letter twice, then a third time. His hands trembled slightly, something Sophia had never seen before. He was always composed, always confident, always certain he could fix any situation with the right words. "What is this?" he asked quietly. Sophia remained calm. "It means the business no longer runs through you." "That's impossible," he said quickly. "I built it." She shook her head. "We built it. You just stopped noticing." For the first time in 11 years, Daniel looked afraid. "You can't just remove me," he said. "We need to discuss this." "We had years to discuss things," Sophia replied softly. "You chose someone else instead." His voice hardened. "So this is revenge?" She considered the word. "No," she said finally. "This is balance." Daniel grabbed his phone. Already dialing someone. Probably Lena, probably his lawyer, probably anyone who could restore control. But every call led to the same realization. His access was gone. The transfers he planned were blocked. The accounts required Sophia's approval. The future he had quietly prepared without her no longer existed. 2 days later, Lena asked to meet again. This time she looked different, exhausted, shaken. "He told me you ruined his life," Lena said. Sophia almost laughed. "He ruined it himself." Lena hesitated before speaking. "I ended things with him." Sophia nodded slowly. "Did you know?" Lena continued. "There was another woman before me." Sophia wasn't surprised. Daniel's pattern had finally become clear to both of them. Lena looked down at her hands. "I thought I was special." "We both did," Sophia said gently. There was no anger left between them, only understanding. Daniel tried for weeks to regain control. Apologies turned into arguments. Arguments turned into accusations. "You're destroying everything," he shouted one evening. Sophia looked at him calmly. "No," she said. "I stopped letting you destroy me." That was the last real conversation they ever had. The divorce moved forward quietly, without drama, without screaming, just signatures. Life after revenge months later. Sophia moved into a smaller apartment filled with sunlight. The silence no longer felt empty, it felt peaceful. She learned something unexpected. Revenge wasn't the moment he lost everything, it was the moment she no longer needed him to understand what he had done. One afternoon at a bookstore cafe. A stranger asked if the chair beside her was free. He spoke simply, without charm or performance, no secrets. No tension, just honesty. Sophia smiled, not because she was ready for love again, but because she was no longer afraid of it. What happened to Daniel? Through mutual friends, she heard that Daniel struggled afterward. The business he thought was his foundation was gone. Lena had left, and the confidence that once defined him slowly disappeared. For the first time, he had no one to blame. He taught her how to disappear inside a marriage, and she taught herself how to walk away from it.